Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button, and if you have, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here, and please also push the like button because it does help get the algorithms out there so others can find this channel. So today is block number 26. As I've said with the other blocks, if you haven't started this, you can start it now. You can make 4 or 5 of these in a day. You can make several of them in a week. You can catch up and get all 26 done. Or if you just want to pick and choose the ones that you really like and make your Afghan from there, you can, because you can actually do it in the fashion that suits you, and you can be your own creator. Now this is an Afghan block, but this pattern is beautiful for many things. Sweaters, shawls, scarves, baby blankets, and this is block number 26, the cable block. Now we're going to take the guesswork out of making these cables. It's going to be very easy, and I'm going to show you just how easy this is to make. It has a little bit of a, surface to it. You can feel the cables. It does have texture to this. It's really pretty and really easy, and that's why I say I'm going to show you just how easy this is to make. I go slow. You can follow along, you can write it down, and you can come along with me on this journey of making this next really beautiful and really pretty block. Now, like all the other blocks that I made for this Afghan, I am using an eye hook. If you're going to make one Afghan, use the same size hook. You don't want to change hooks. And also use the same weight yarn. And if you can stay with the same yarn itself, you can do that. This is a Premier yarn, but I'm going to be using for this tutorial Super Saver yarn by Red Hot. And tells you everything on there that you need to use in order to make this. And this color is royal. It's really pretty. So let's get started. So I want to put a shout out to Barbara, who told me she put something down so that my scissors don't clang as much, and I thank you for that suggestion. I love when you suggest things, when members and subscribers suggest things, because it really does help me out in the long run. I'm not fairly new to this, but I am new enough to this that I can learn along the way. So I want to thank you, Barbara, for that suggestion. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. And once we make our slip knot, we're going to chain. And for this particular block, we need to chain 29. So I'm going to chain 29. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. And again, thank you, Barbara, for this suggestion. So let's chain 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Now these are your chains. This is your working chain, and at the very end is your slip knot. So what we're going to do now is in the 1, 2, the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, we're going to make a single crochet. And now we're going to make a single crochet across. Right across, we're going to make single crochets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. And those are your single crochets right across. And that's what it looks like. And that's what you want it to look like. And you're going to have 28 single crochets. Now what's going to happen is you're going to chain 1. And like I said, I go slow so you can follow along, write it down, and make it easier for you. And we're going to go right into this first stitch, and we're going to make a single crochet. Single crochet in the next stitch. And this is going to be our second row of just single crochets. So if you want, you can follow along with me here on this, or you can meet me at the next spot where we go and we move on at the end. I like to show the whole thing from beginning to end. My yarn split, so I'm just going to pull out. I like to show beginning to end, especially when we start these, so that you can write everything down, and once you get it in your head and you understand the process of this stitch, you'll be fine. So we're going to have the first and second row is going to be single crochets right across in every stitch. This royal blue is so pretty. It's just a really pretty color by Red Heart Super Saver Yarn. And you always want to make sure that you get that very last stitch, because sometimes it looks like it's not there, but there is a stitch at the very end. And that's often where stitches are dropped. So there's 2 rows of single crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do rows 3 and 4. So we did row 1, row 2, and now we're going to do row 3 and 4. So we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. You're going to turn your work around. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Now in the next stitch right here, not here, because that's where your chain 3 is, in the next stitch you're going to put a double crochet and in the next one a double crochet, and in the next stitch a double crochet. So when you look at this, your chain 3 is a double crochet, and then you make 3 double crochets, so you have 4 across. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to skip this stitch and this stitch, and we're going to go into this stitch, and we're going to make a treble crochet. Skip, skip, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Once we make that treble crochet, we're going to make another one next to it. Same process. And I do have a tutorial on treble crochets. Now, once we do those 2 treble crochets, and you're going to see how they're leaning, that's okay. So now we're going to do a back treble crochet, and I'm going to show you what that is. You're going to yarn over and yarn over. You're going to go not in the front, you're going to go in the back, and I'm going to show you. You're going to go to the back of this. You're going to come in like that little window, and you're going to go in here, and then you're going to pull up that loop from the back. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And now you made your back treble crochet. You're going to make another one because you went into that first skipped stitch. Now you're going to go into the one next to it. So you're going to yarn over and yarn over. You're going to go from the back, not the front, the back. And you're going to go in that window again, and you're going to go in there, and you're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's the first one. And this starts your cable. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next one. So you want to know that this is where your last stitch is. You don't want to count that. You're going to skip this stitch and skip this stitch, and in this one you're going to do another treble crochet. Now again, you're going to make a second one right next to it. I go slow so you can follow along, you can write it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make them from the front. So we're going to do front trebles. This way we made back, the next one we make front. So we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to go into the first one we skipped, we're going to go from the front. We're going to pull up that loop. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Now we have to make another one because we have 2 skipped stitches. So now you're going to go into this one and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull up that loop. You want to make sure that you pull up enough so that they're the same size, the same length, and we're going to make another treble, front treble crochet. And there's going from the back, and there's going from the front. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 double crochets. Now here's your last treble right here. You don't want to go in there. You're going to make 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one. 4 double crochets. So you have your trebles here and then 4 doubles. So now what you're going to do is you're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in this one you're going to make a treble. In the next stitch, you're going to make another treble. And you're going to have, it's going to form an angle, and that's fine. You're doing fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a back treble. So we're going to go where we skipped this 2 stitches. So there's one here and one here. We're going to go yarn over and yarn over. We're going to take our hook and go in the back. We're going to go through this window. And you're going to go in the front of it and go into this stitch from the front once you come in from the back. So again, we're going to go back here. We're going into the window. We're going to go in there. And I want to turn this over. And then you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2 loops. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2 loops. And then you're going to yarn over and 2 more. Yarn over, yarn over. You have not finished yet because you still have 1 stitch that we have not gone into that we skipped. We're going to go in the back again from the back. So I just want to show you. You're going to go in from the back and you're going to go in here. And then you're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have those made. You made 4 treble crochets, regular trebles, and then you went in the back and did a back treble. Now you're going to make, in this next one, you're going to skip 2 stitches and you're going to make 2 treble crochets. And I have a tutorial on the trebles. And then you're going to go in here and you're going to make a second treble crochet. With the second set of 4 trebles, you're not going to go in the back window. We're going to go into the front. So we're going to go in here where we missed it, and we're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go into the next one next to it that we skipped. And you have to look for it. It's right there. But we're going in the front way. We're not taking the back door to the window, or should I say the back of the window. We're going in the front of the window. And there's your 2. So now in the next, and I want you to see that's, you have a stitch there, so you're not going to go there. In the next 4 stitches, you're going to make 4 double crochets. That's how you're going to end this row. 4 double crochets. We'll make 1 more at the very end, and you have 4 double crochets. This has a nice texture to it. It's a really beautiful, beautiful square. It's a really beautiful pattern, a beautiful stitch. So now once we made our 4 double crochets, we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet. You're going to turn your work. Once you turn your work, you're not going to go in the first stitch because that's where your double crochet is, your first one, because a chain 3 is considered a double crochet. You're going to make 3 double crochets in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. With the reminder that that double crochet, that first chain 3 is a double crochet, so you have 4 across. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 trebles. We're going to skip this stitch, skip this one, and make a treble here. And we're going to make a treble here. Then once we do that, we're going to go to the back of the window and we're going to make our first treble in the back in the first skipped stitch. So we're going to go back here and go in that stitch, pull up that loop, yarn over, and we're going to pull through 2. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, and we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So once we do that, we still have another stitch that we haven't worked in because we skipped 2. So again, you're going to go in the back, go into the stitch, and you're going to bring that crochet hook right in that stitch, and you're going to pull it up from the back, and you're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over and go through 2. You're going to yarn over and go through 2, and you're going to yarn over and go through 2. I'm trying to pull these apart so you can see them. So now we're going to go into this next one from below. So we're going to skip, skip, and in here we're going to make a treble crochet. The back ones will take you a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to, you'll be fine. Then you want to go into this next one and make another treble. Now you're going to do a front treble. So you're going to go into that first stitch and you're going to go in there and pull up a loop, yarn over. You're going to pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to make a second one and the other skipped one, and again you're going to go through the front and you're going to do the same thing. And there's your 2. Now you want to look, because see, that's where you made your treble, so you don't want to go in there. You're going to go into the next 4 stitches, and you're going to tell below because there's 4 double crochets. You're going to go into those 4 from below and you're going to make 4 double crochets. Once you get this pattern, you will get it. You will not be saying, oh, you'll be fine. Beginner to advanced, everybody in between. I go slow. You can write it down. You can follow along with me so that, but you will understand this pattern. And you'll be able to make these beautiful cable stitches. Here they are right here. They're just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful pattern, beautiful square. So now we're back to making our trebles again. So we want to skip 1, 2, and go in here and make a treble crochet. Then we want to go in the next one and make a treble crochet. Then we want to go, so remember you did your 4 double crochets, so we're going to do trebles in the back. So we're going to get this hook, we're going to go to the back. we're going in that window. And I want you to see that you have 2 stitches there, 1 and 2. You're going to go in the first one, and you're going to go right inside that stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop. So I'm going to show you again. I'm going to go slow. You're going to go in the back. You're going to go in. You're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to make another one, and we're going to go into the next one that we skipped, because we skipped 2. We're going to go right in the back and go right inside, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarning over beforehand. Now we're going to do 2 more. We're going to skip, skip, and always make sure, because this is where you ended your last treble or your trebles. So you don't want to go anywhere where there's a treble. You're going to go into this one, because you're going to skip, skip, and go in here and make a treble crochet for your second set of this set after the 4 double crochets. Make a treble in here. Then you're going to make a front treble. So you're going to go in here, the first skipped stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop. And you want to make sure that you go in there. And then again, you're going to make your second treble of the skipped stitches. So you're looking, this is one, then there's another skip stitch right there, and you're going to go in there, and you're going to make that second treble of the skipped stitches. Aren't those pretty? Isn't that pretty? So now what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 double crochets. Here's a treble here. You're not going in there. You're going to the next stitch. And you're going to see you have 4 double crochets right here. 1, 2, 3, and the chain 3, which is a double crochet. So you're going to go in there and you're going to make a double crochet, a double crochet, a double crochet in the next one, and never skip that last stitch where the chain 3 is. On top of that chain 3, you're going to make a double crochet. And there it is. And I'm going to put them so you can see the 2 colors together. Thank you, Barbara, for this wonderful idea to have something on here. And here it is. It's so pretty. So now what's going to happen, and I'll show you a close-up of the gray as well. And you can feel this little texture. It's just really, really pretty. And see where the double crochets are in the middle? So you can see where your double crochets are. And at the end, you have a set of 4 here, a set of 4 here, and a set of 4 here. So now what we're going to do is, once you do those 2 rows of the trebles, because now I want to count rows with you so you know how many rows you have. You have row 1 and row 2, which are 2 rows of single crochet. You have your 3rd row, which is your row of trebles. You have your 4th row, which is your row of trebles, because you repeated what you did in the 3rd and 4th row. And in the 1st and 2nd row, is a repeat. So the 1st and 2nd row is a repeat. The 3rd and 4th row is a repeat. So now, once you do your 2 rows of trebles, 1, 2, you're going to chain 1. You're going to turn your work. In this first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. And what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet right across. In every stitch across. You don't want to miss a stitch, because if you miss a stitch, this whole pattern will be off. And we're going to just go right across and make our single crochets. Now what's going to happen here is you're going to have 17 total rows. Once these blocks are blocked, they will measure 9.5-inch blocks, just to let you know. So this is right across. You're going to single crochet. And you want to get in every stitch across. I don't know if it's happening there, but we got a surprise little snowstorm today in our area of New England. It went from a dusting to 3 to 5 inches. But I have to say that it looks absolutely beautiful outside, and it really looks like Christmas here in New England. So it's really beautiful. So if you want to do a shout out and tell me what it's doing in your area, and what you're doing for Christmas, and if you're finished shopping, that would be nice to hear from all of you. So you did 1 row of single crochets. So now what's going to happen is you're going to chain 1. You're going to turn your work around. You're going to do your 2nd row of single crochets. So you're going to do another row. So I want to mention that this is the repeat of row 1 and 2. So your 2nd row of single crochets after these 2 treble crochet rows is 2 single crochets, and it's your first 2 rows that you did, and it's a repeat of those rows. And you want to make sure that you do 17 total rows, and once blocked, this block will measure 9.5 inches, as with all the other blocks of this Afghan. If you just want to use this block for an Afghan, or pick out 3 or 4 and use those, you can. If you want to just make the blocks all this same pattern, you can. Or if you choose to do something else with this pattern, you can, because this pattern is absolutely really, really beautiful. It looks horribly hard, but it really isn't. That's why I go slow, so you can follow along. And again, we're going to do our single crochets right across. And there it is. Isn't it beautiful? I just think it's just beautiful. So this would also be very nice as a headband or an ear warmer, and you could line the inside of it. I do have a tutorial on how to make an ear warmers. This would be beautiful for that, and then you could line the inside of it. So now what's going to happen is you're going to repeat this row 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 over and over again. So now we did 2 rows of single crochets. So now we're going to start this row and this row here. Then once we make these 2 rows, we're going to do 2 single crochet rows again. And that's going to continue until you have 17 of these beautiful rows of this cable block pattern. Now, to count the rows that you have, I want to mention you have 2 rows of single crochet. So there's 1, 2. You have 2 rows of the cable or the treble crochets. So that's 1, 2, and then 2 more rows of the single crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. This is very easy to count. You'll always have 2 rows of singles. You'll always have 2 rows following that of the treble crochets, and then always follow, after you do those 2 rows of trebles, you'll follow with 2 rows of single crochets until you finish your block. And this is the end result of your block. So once you do that, then it's the same thing. And I did do part 1, part 2 of part 1 of this first block shows you how to finish this block off. And it'll be the same way over and over again. If and when you finish your block, if you make the blocks, what you're going to do is do 3 single crochets in the 4 corners of your block and 25 single crochets in the straight edge in between your corners. So 25 single crochets on each side in the bottom and 3 single crochets in each corner. So once you're done with this, and say you were finished with your block, you could go right in here and make your 3 single crochets. Say this was the corner of the block, and make 3 single crochets in the corner of this block. Now we're pretending that this block is finished. And then what you would do is you would work your single crochets right down the side until you have 25 all the way down. And that's how you would finish every one of these blocks. You would finish them the same way. So this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you liked this tutorial. I hope you loved this tutorial, actually, because I really do love this block. This is now has become my favorite block of all. And this is the cable stitch block. And here it is in the blue. And here it is in the finished block itself. And I'm going to show it to you in both colors. And it's just beautiful. Again, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And good night. I love you all. Bye-bye.